as well. All of those sets have gone in favor of Neeze. Neeze is at the top of the leaderboards right now. I want to see how this set is going to happen, everybody. Game 1 going on now.
Yeah, very different style of Jaehyun that's going to be coming up from Neeze here compared to what we saw from Kaina earlier on stream. Neeze, on the other hand, opening up with Obi-Wan. Epic crossover here for Val, so Sword and Gauntlets going up against Great Sword and
That's
Sword.
Right. This is the Great Sword player, by the way. This is Neeze. This is somebody who has done exceptionally well, and Neeze has a tough opponent coming up ahead of him. So what's happening right now? Neeze gets the N-Light. He tries to slide off with the D-Light. He's able to find the recovery, but does not find the N-Sig. Neeze looking for the side light, not able to get these openings because Neeze is opting to play a lot floatier.
Yeah, and Neeze on the other side of the stage can't get anything started with the Great Sword. Sidelight's been opening up, landing side air as well, but he's opting actually to switch over to the Sword now. He's got Neeze not so damaged that a D-Light recovery would knock out, but now he's getting close. Neeze hitting with that D-Light neutral air unarmed, switches right over to the Gauntlets to see if he can get the first knockout here, as both players are equally damaged.
Okay, that was just well-spaced enough that Neeze could not do anything. He goes for the weapon toss, he picks it back up. Neeze was able to find a neutral. Now Neeze, can you find the KO? He had the right idea with the recovery, but he was up too high and Neeze was too low.
Neeze throws his Gauntlets off the side of the stage and D-Lights the wrong way to almost lose his stock. Crazy options.
Okay, D-Light neutral. I'm not sure if that's exactly what he wanted, but it does not matter. He still gets a recovery.
Okay, Neeze behind here at the beginning of game number 1. But not for too long, I feel like, unless Neeze is able to find 2 more of those. Nope. Okay, wake up recovery will take the stock. It is just his side light and air for his troubles.
Yeah, that is one of the most consistent ways to get KOs as Great Sword, which can be a little bit challenging sometimes if you're not always blending somebody with, say, a side light opening. So now, Neeze going to be end-lighting in the wrong direction. Neeze going all the way in, goes for the neutral finisher. Neeze trying to find a way to be able to land here. Okay, D-Light sider.
Okay, what's Neeze going to be able to get off of that? Chain dodges up. Goes for that side light finisher, and Neeze slide charges the neutral sig.
That is a weapon that you can get away with doing that against Great Sword just because there's nothing they can really do to reverse the position. But, okay, goes for once again the neutral finisher. It does not connect. He goes for those 3 pieces. Neeze avoids them and punishes him.
Now Neeze trying to get something started with the end-light opener, side-light openers, just getting those little pokes. He's not being able to find too much else of that. And then nice chase down, too. Side-light full jump, like, into the recovery. To catch Neeze trying to recover as high as possible to avoid that follow-up, and he just ends up taking him right off the top. And now it's 2 stocks to 1. Neeze having a good shot of winning
committed.
game 1.
Oftentimes you'd see Gauntlet go for like side light and then just fast fall down just to catch a dodge down.
Right, without the fast fall, either one. The covers around the same thing.
Okay, but how does Neeze actually close out the stock is the question. He holds onto the ground. Okay, Neeze able to find a side light, able to find a neutral. Neeze needs a D-Light, he needs a sider, he needs a recovery, and Neeze, that was amazing. He waited until the last possible second to dodge down. Okay, that's gonna be enough.
D-Light recovery takes the stock. Neeze barely taking any damage as well, evens it up. Good shot for Neeze to be able to bring it back, but Neeze has been in the lead for the entire game so far.
And let's see if he is able to hold on to said lead. We got the landing hitbox of Downer, which actually is not all that favorable for Great Sword Downer. Oftentimes you just want to be able to get the spike hitbox. Okay, Neeze. Okay.
D-Light side air. Could go for the edge guard. N6 have not been connecting, but not punished too brutally. Landing down air. Nothing else, no. But it's basically been a game of exchanging 1 hit at a time. Recovery comes through. Neeze has actually been having a lot of trouble with the Great Sword against Neeze.
Able to get the side end, tries to slide off with the D-Light. Neeze committed to the recovery, no recovery, but Neeze over-committed. And all it took was a 3-piece? Did he not have a dodge? What happened to him?
So Neeze went off the side of the stage for gravity cancel D-Light. If that hit, he won the game. I didn't see if Neeze dodged it or not, but Neeze, like, 1 more jump and he was swinging back to the stage. So Neeze committed his dodge, everything, to going for that edge guard, and then couldn't make it back, and Neeze got the edge.
But did Neeze not get his dodge back in time when he was getting 3-piece?
He did not. No,
yeah, that's what happens when you fight Great Sword. You don't have a dodge, and then you just explode.
We'll see that in the highlights at the end there. If he did get his dodge, he either didn't press it, or if it was like a split second before. But it was close enough to where I think that dodge was gone. 3 seconds is a long time. And Neeze reversaled him quite quickly.
So we'll see how this next game goes. Use up 1-0, but I feel like that doesn't tell the story of what happened last game. Neeze kept it so close, but that was such an aggressive recovery. Use backed off. He was able to punish the sider. He was not able to get the edge guard though. Neeze waiting that time around, but did not catch Use falling down.
This is the story of Neeze. Is it have an amazing game one, barely lose, and then just lose all momentum? D-Light recovery is going to come through. Doesn't get that stock there, but Use is barely taking any damage himself.
Oh, he is being nice and patient. He is slow. They were both in sync for a second. Able to get the D-Light recovery will be used. And now Neeze down a stock.
It's hard. I've rarely seen Neeze make that comeback in situations like this, where the momentum comes through there. I think he's more of a player that just thinks to the next game when things are this behind. So I'd be very impressed if Neeze is able to bring this back. Let's see what he can do. Nair doesn't lead to anything else.
Oh, the
Use
weapon
gets the
toss
Nair
not
recovery.
even able to come out in time. Use
Silent
his
finisher,
neutral.
weapon throw. Neeze manages to unarmed recovery his way back in and pick up a sword, but he's taking so much damage here.
Okay, but he's getting these juggles off. Okay, the weapon toss, the Ensig as well.
Not gonna knock out,
Use
though.
has to come back from a bit of a nasty position, though. He gets the reversal with the neutral, and he sets up his own juggle for just a second until the GCD light comes out. Still not enough to KO.
That's how little damage Use took on that first stock, and now Neeze is poised to be able to get the knockout if he can get one more hit in. No dodge for a little bit. Use gets hit by the recovery. That's going to barely knock it off the top, and Neeze holds on 2-2.
I think he could still make this comeback. He did not actually take all that much damage on the second stock. Well, definitely not so much that he can't come back from it. But Use with the jump callouts, able to get the neutral Neeze. Sidelight Sider pushing him off stage. Recovery. GC Ensig. The Sider almost came out as well. And he was able to challenge Great Sword Downer. He came back on with the neutral. The down finisher as well. Neeze, is he going to be able to make it back on? He touched in time. He got his resources back. The neutral puts him back onto the stage. And Neeze, he still has a chance.
Recovery instead of a ground pound, knowing that either hit was going to knock out. Very clever from Neeze. Neeze played around every downwards hitting move that he could.
He played safe with the recovery.
But I think Neeze was caught off guard that the recovery was able to knock out there. Excellent edge guard from Use at the very end after all the great things that Neeze did to be able to hold on. And that's
so hard.
That hurts. That hurts, Dara. That's. Oh, goodness, Neeze just got hit by like 12 unanswered Great Sword hits. Silent finisher comes through. Ensig ends up setting him to the right and uses his gravity cancel Ensig just to delay his way back down to the stage. Wait, the recovery almost knocked him out.
Almost did, but the key word is almost because Use is holding on to the second stock. He is playing with a lot of confidence. He's playing with a lot of momentum. He gets the end light. He goes for the Ensig again, and Neeze is able to find a punish. But right now, what Neeze needs is a KO. Otherwise, we're just going to go to game 3.
Do you think we see the emergency Jiro for game number 3? Is Neeze going to break it out?
It's not impossible.
Down air will spike him down at the bottom of the stage, and Neeze has got to dig deep to be able to deal with Use, because Use was unstoppable in that game too.
That is what fighting Great Sword sometimes is like. Like, we saw what happened on that last stock, which is, oh, you dodged twice in a way that wasn't so great, and then you were perfectly healthy, and then you came out of it sick, deep into the orange. Neeze took so much damage, and that is why Great Sword as a weapon, I feel like, you know, it ages like a nice cheese over the course of a set. You know, somebody gets more and more frustrated with your dodge options, and you're able to punish them, and you're able to obliterate them.
Someone getting more frustrated over time as cheese ages. That's I have no trouble.
Some people do not like sharp chatter, man.
I guess so.
That's what happens.
Yeah, well.
So up 2-0. Do you think we see the switch from Neeze?
I think he's got to try something. I don't think it's going to work. It's been a rough day for Neeze, Dara. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Watching him play is like watching him play his heart out game 1, barely losing, and then going, what's the point? And I go, Neeze. But earlier on in the day, you had 10 more sets to play with. Now, not so much. And switching off to the Jiro really didn't do anything
for
in that set that we really saw last time. It led to a 5.5 second stock. That was impressive. But for Marky Moo, right? So here we go. It's going to be the Mordex. All right, I like this pick. He's had success with Mordex in the past.
This is something he's played extensively.
So we still have the gauntlets coming over from the Val, and then the Scythe to be able to deal with Use, as well as a really big change in scenery. No more Demon Island, no more Apocalypse, Fortress of Lions. We're over here in Western Air Temple.
No longer so depressing, right? We're a little bit happier here. But already Neeze looking like it because he was dealt a good amount of damage onto Use. Use able to find a recovery. Okay, Sido just to be able to put him off stage. Neeze, he didn't want to go to the side of the stage because he was afraid of a ground pound. He had so much momentum off that side that he was able to cross up. He was looking for the Ensig. He did not find it, looking for the end light as well. My goodness.
Yeah, Neeze opening up the recovery here. Doesn't punish the N-Sig. Sidelight into recovery. No, Use goes for a wake-up N-Light. Gets hit by that sidelight recovery. Weapon throw. Sair. But the Sair didn't hit. I still like that combo idea.
Oh my gosh, I like these weapon tosses, but Use dodging past it and going through the sidelight as well. That was such a smart option. That was so optimal.
Yeah, but Neeze facepalming there after that gravity cancel down tick. Maybe not exactly what he wanted, and Use was able to punish that recovery, and he lets his lead go just like that. If he's able to even it up. Oh, the downlight hit, but he was too late on the sidelight recovery. Not going to knock out as well. Now Neeze has to put in all that
you gotta
work again just
KO.
to be able to get that knockout.
You gotta get that sidelight. You gotta get that recovery, but Use is looking to make that as difficult as possible is what I would say until Neeze gets in there and he scouted out the option. He was able to get it. I do not want to count out Neeze. I am loving this Mordex right now.
It's looking good. He's holding on. Gravity cancel online doesn't come through, and the way that Neeze is playing with this Mordex too as well, I think he believes that this is the answer against Use, and it's looking nice, but Use with that D-Light Cider puts him off the right side of the stage.
Oh my gosh, what a D-Light as well.
Yeah,
that
both
was
players just
crazy
attacked
movement.
the wrong direction.
I think that was maybe like, he just tried to do something crazy with his
Oh, with the dash land?
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
dash
yeah.
land, like pivot dare, maybe.
Yeah. Okay, Neeze looking to get that sidelight, not able to find that the GC D-Light able to actually catch Use all the way behind him. Every time I see D-Light come out, I'm like, damn, that is bigger than last time.
Yeah, and now that neutral light comes through, Neeze on the right side of the stage, weapon throws not going to hit, Use just dodges out of the way. Great sword, not opting for it here, just wants the D-Light recovery to bring it to last stock.
Yeah, he wants that juggle, he wants that recovery. Neeze finding one of his own, not going all the way up the top, goes for the N-Sig, Use missing his punish.
Neeze is a little slippery and hard to punish here at this point. Falling down air, Use could go for
Weapon
something,
toss?
but I'm seeing some hesitation coming out from Use, and then Neeze classic. Every Royale, he's had one of those.
He missed his grab on the weapon, and now all of a sudden, he is on the set stock. Can he close this out against Use? He does not find the unarmed recovery. He does not find the GCD light either. He's going to be picking up gauntlets. So you want a side light, you want a recovery, you get an end light, you put him off stage.
Ouch. Recovery cuts right through, gets a little bit more. Neutral
but it was
into exhausted recovery. That's amazing.
If it wasn't exhausted, it would have hit.
You know, despite the SD, he's holding on really well. He's only taking about a great sword sidelight's worth of damage.
And Mordex can put on the damage. Neeze can put on this damage. He gets the neutral. He's being so patient. He commits to the sidelight though. Nice
Side
punish.
air, nothing else after that though. Needs a good string at this point. End light side air. We'll put Use off the right side of the stage, but it's not going to lead to anything else. Nair. Okay, all these little hits will add up over time, but Use seems pretty comfortable to weigh it out. No dodge for it, but he nairs his way back to stage. Use, why have you switched over to the greatsword yet? He's opting for the sword almost entirely against Neeze's Mordex.
I'm not sure what the reasoning is either, but right now Neeze is just controlling the neutral. It feels like he is consistently winning neutral more times than Use. Use off stage, no resources, sidelight recovery. He has nothing, is what I would say. He made it back on.
Didn't make it back. Neeze ended up being a little too preemptive with the edge guard there. Neutral light comes through, and now Use is starting to win the neutral attacks.
Okay.
What you can do, Falling Stair, drifts back. Use a little afraid to approach. D-Light Cider, though, give him the edge guard.
Put off stage, the jump got called
edge
out.
Guard, gets the weapon
That's
throw.
gonna be the weapon toss. That's the recovery. Neeze, he can't make it back on. Use gonna be closing out the game and closing out the set, and that is such a heartbreaker for Neeze because that one felt so doable, Taza. That one felt so possible.
Yeah, Use definitely clutched that at the very end there. Neeze just needed a little bit more patience on that edge guard on the right side when you're talking about his resources.
Yes.
If he had counted the resources as nicely as you had, he would have waited towards the side of the stage.
That's why it's easy being a commentator.
Much easier.